Wait, wrong show. Welcome to PosiTVty. Thank you for joining us. I am finally making the video that everyone wanted me to make. So today we're going to be talking about Cat Valentine from Victorious. I always want to talk about the more positive aspects of television, and I try to focus on the good things, but Cat Valentine is an interesting one to try to make a video about positively.
What's that supposed to mean?
Because I will say, the way the writers handled her is not super great. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, she was one of the best characters to have around on the show. However, I don't think the writers did her justice in the later seasons, and they kind of developed her character backwards. She certainly is one of the best conceived characters, and Ariana Grande plays her to perfection, but there's some problems in the execution that maybe need to be talked about and dealt with. So then, why do people like Cat Valentine? For one, when we're introduced to Cat in season 1, she was bubbly and fun, but also dramatic with her mood swings on the second.
My name's Cat. Oh, like the animal. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing. I love cats. Me too. They're so cute.
She's one of the few characters that I feel like was actually ready by the pilot. Beck really wasn't ready, and Jade definitely wasn't ready, Tori wasn't ready, but Cat was. They had her character nailed from the beginning, and Ariana Grande kind of started things off insanely strong. She didn't change that much about her performance over the 4 seasons. And a lot of her traits, to, you know, all fairness to the writers, they do end up keeping. Her susceptibility to marketing.
So you got a good deal on these batteries?
Yeah, they were 80% off. That's only 20% on.
Her general attitude, her bright personality, innocence, and definitely her sensitivity. They all continue on for many, many seasons, all of the seasons, really. So there is some constants, but unfortunately, she doesn't really ever move forward, is the issue. And I think it's a problem of us not having a last season. Her "what is that supposed to mean" is so good, and a joke that was really only played up in season 1. I think it appears in other seasons, but it's not super present, if you know what I mean. And I really like that joke, so something that I feel like they should have kept. I loved when she visited Robbie's grandmother, how offended she got. Like, the long car ride with Trina, she is so funny in that scenario. It just really gives you a lot to love about Cat, and a lot of screen time that she honestly just doesn't get later on for whatever reason. Plus, they just, like, spend, like, a lot of time with her. I mean, think about episodes like Freak the Freakout and Cat's New Boyfriend. Like, both of those episodes are pretty much centered around Cat. I mean, Freak the Freakout, whatever. But still, she has a major plotline in all of those episodes and a huge stake in the game, really. Another reason why people love Cat is Ariana Grande. Now, this is probably obvious, but Ariana Grande kinda played this character to perfection. Not only because of her incredible singing voice, which I'll get to later, but she's also an incredible character actress who makes insanely great choices very naturally, too. She brought what was written on the page to a whole nother level. Her attitude and demeanor mostly came from what Ariana created, and you can tell that they write her more like Ariana played her later on. And even though she's so silly, right, she's one of the funniest characters on the show, she starts singing and it's like,
He didn't say I couldn't say.
holy fucking shit. She is the most talented person here, what the hell? And it makes for a really interesting and dynamic character, for sure. Plus, while the writers made Cat more childlike, Ariana, I will say, she mostly kept it pretty similar. Now, I can't speak for Sam and Cat. I really haven't watched that show, kinda don't want to. But in Victorious, Cat was pretty constant, acting-wise. And even still had the very straight moments later. I love her, dude, not cool. That's a great line from her. They kind of make her more like a child, but she still does the straight humor very well and chooses to say her lines in natural ways. Another reason is she has the best running gags. I mean, think about all of the recurring jokes that Cat brings to the table. Her personality makes her one of the wildest characters for sure, but also one of the most fascinating to hear about her home life. And it's very dark. Her brother is obviously the #1 case of this. I mean, what is wrong with that dude?
Where'd you find 12 gallons of fake blood?
You wanted fake blood? I'll go call my brother.
But also things like her addictions to Bibble, to Sky Store. It's so fascinating to watch Kat spiral. I love when Jade is like, you know,
It's kind of sad watching Kat go mentally insane. I always thought it would happen more gradually.
So they really do keep Kat at least semi-constant, but Ariana Grande helps it a lot. Those running gags are kept throughout the seasons enough to make the character really, really constant, but also, even if she was maybe not developed, she was still like the funniest person there, like all the time. I will say specifically one of the best ones that is like plot lines for Kat that is not in season 1 is in the season 2 premiere, where she runs a helpline for people who have had car accidents.
Well, there must be a glitch or something, because lots of people who have North Star keep calling me.
Wait, I've heard of North Star. Isn't that,
An emergency service for people who have just had car accidents.
Oh my God.
It's so fucked up. It's so messed up, but so wonderfully dark. You might notice, though, that from season 2 on, there's kind of less plot lines about her. Either that, or she's kind of sidelined and has, like, the plot line is about everyone else, and she's just jumping the whole episode. I feel like they could have utilized her better in the later seasons. Although they do give her her time to shine always, because they do recognize, of course, her talent. How could you not? But I feel like they should have given her even more. And the last reason is, frankly, she's adorable. I mean, say what you will about, you know, the infantilization being super weird of Kat and how creepy it kind of was. She still was always really, really, even as, you know, a gay man who is not interested in her, so adorable. Like, you just want to give her a hug. She's so cute. The way she says her lines and then giggles so naturally afterwards. Mostly because of Ariana Grande, like I've said a million times. And the relationship she has with all the other characters are really nice and heartwarming. I mean, Andre and Beck look after her like older brothers, and then Tori and Jade look after her like older sisters. Jade being the one that pranks her all the time, and Tori being the one who's just like, oh my god, are you okay at all? But Robbie and her have the cutest relationship, obviously. They only formed this in the later seasons, ironically, and it's one of the best things they chose to do. But I love the episodes Blonde Squad, Victoria Yes, and 1000 Berry Balls. Those 3 episodes are really fantastic for Kat and Robbie, and I really love the development that they finally started to give her, and then they got canceled. I say this in every video. Anyway, if you enjoyed, consider supporting us on Patreon. There you can get videos early, you can get full reactions, and you can choose whatever you want to see. The comments do it too, so leave a comment, like, of course, subscribe, and do all that fun stuff. And what would you like to see next? I know Victorious is the popular one right now. A lot of people are requesting it, but I do have other TV shows to talk about, so let me know what you want to see. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.